She kept a pretty low profile during the early days of the investigation. Today, though, she was the center of attention inside an El Paso County courtroom.
Dramatic testimony in the Letecia Stauch trial today as her oldest daughter reveals what she witnessed in the days following Gannon Stauch's disappearance. Good evening, I'm Heather Skold.
And I'm Bart Bedzo. Thanks for making us your choice for news at 10. We begin with the murder trial of Letecia Stauch, the woman who has pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity in the killing of her 11-year-old stepson, Gannon.
Today in court, 20-year-old Harley Hunt, Letecia's daughter, broke down on the stand as she described how the killing cost her a stepbrother and her parents. Investigative reporter Sean Rice has been following this trial closely. He's live at the El Paso County Courthouse with an update on this highly anticipated witness. Sean.
Yeah, Bart and Heather, it was an emotional day inside the courtroom. Letecia Stauch's daughter, Harley Hunt, took the stand and described the pain of losing multiple family members. She also testified to her mother's irrational and at times controlling behavior in the days after 11-year-old Gannon Stauch disappeared. That included demands that she avoid speaking with police detectives.
I remember she just kept saying, like, where do you want to live? And I was just confused. And originally it was going to be Texas, and then it was Florida, and then Myrtle Beach. Just kept changing.
That dialogue between mother and daughter, just one instance of Letecia Stauch's odd behavior in the days after her stepson went missing in January of 2020. Harley Hunt, who was 17 at the time, says she was hesitant to speak to police in the days that followed, and she said as much in text messages between herself and her mother, saying she wasn't talking to anyone or answering any questions. Letecia Stauch responding with, quote, "Good, keep saying that." Those texts make up a large part of the digital evidence against Letecia, recording their discussions in detail.
Do you remember your mom saying, I have to get an attorney fast?
Yes.
And do you know what that was based on?
She kept saying that they're setting her up.
Was that a continuing theme?
Yes.
Really, all the way till you go back to Myrtle Beach?
Yes.
According to prosecutors, that road trip to Myrtle Beach was the same trip that Letecia used to dispose of Gannon's remains in Florida. But Hunt denied that she helped her mother with that act or any other cover-up. She was moved to tears when describing what her life has been like since her stepbrother's murder.
You wake up and your whole life changed. I lost my stepdad, and I lost my mom, my brother. I lost everybody.
The entire time, Letecia Stauch sat with a blank stare on her face, emotionless through Hunt's entire testimony.
I'm still in shock. I defended her for years, and I just feel like manipulated and lied to.
Stauch's defense team has conceded that she did in fact kill her stepson, but they claim she was insane at the time of the murder. Reporting live outside the El Paso County Courthouse, Sean Rice, 13 Investigates.